Okay, so I just wanted to pop on here and let you know this dress that I wear pretty much every week. Yesterday when I took it off, I broke a button. And these are real bone buttons, so, or horn buttons, I can't remember which. So I'm actually gonna have to put a whole new button on there. And then the other thing, when I was wearing this yesterday, I realized my sleeve had come undone, which is completely horrifying. And thank goodness I was wearing a black undershirt because it would have been obvious. So I'm gonna fix that. So just a little bit of letting you know and showing you that when you have garments you make yourself, or when you buy clothes, you can repair them. You don't have to throw them away. And here's Astra up on my wool table mat like she's not supposed to be, helping me figure out my dress. You are so cute. Yes, you are. Smile for the camera, Astra. Smile for the camera. Good girl. At the end of my last video, I showed you a quick image of the edging that I was doing for the butterfly. I finished the butterfly completely. The inside of the wings are done in chain stitch and a cotton pearl. The little orange on the edge is done a satin stitch, and the body is a wool floss and chain stitch. I have done another outfit with the butterfly on the shoulder. I thought it would be really nice to just embroider that on the shoulder peplum of his doublets so that he doesn't have to fight scarves and stuff when he's fighting. So what I'm doing right now is the paper pattern, and I didn't know that this would do it, but it doesn't like to stick to the linen, so I just sew it all the way down. And now I'm going back and thread marking all the pattern pieces, and then I'm going to go back and embroider them after I've taken the paper and all the stay stitching out. I think that's going to work better. You know, when you start a project, sometimes you think one thing's going to work. I know the sticky paper has worked on other fabrics, but I haven't done it on linen before, and I didn't realize that it wasn't going to adhere to the linen as securely as I wanted to. So I have another product on order that I'm going to try on the second top piece, but this one I'm just going to go ahead and use the pieces that are on here, and I'm going to stay stitch them down. That also means I get to experiment a little bit with some of the embroidery. And I kind of decided at 2 o'clock in the morning last night that every single one of these paw prints is going to be slightly different in my embroidery technique, and I'm really excited to do that. I think it'll add some texture and some excitement to the piece. So this is Fabric Fusion, and I use this on the back of all of the SCA embroidery that I do, especially on Vilev's fighting garments, because if he catches something with a sword, sometimes it will want to pull a tug on the embroidery. And if it's fully anchored on the back side, it's not going to shred or come apart. It's permanent. You can wash it, but it also dries quite flexible. So I have put it quite liberally on the back side of both of these paws, and once it dries, it's a permanent part of the garment. I love this stuff. It's amazing. Matter of fact, I'm almost out and I need to get more. Good morning. So I just wanted to pop on here on my vlog and kind of let you know where I'm at, because I've been kind of updating y'all with some of the new things. One of the new things is I've been on an ADHD medication now for 6 weeks, and I can really tell the difference. It takes about an hour and a half for it to take effect. So I usually take it around 6:30 in the morning. Around 7:30, I get a little bit of clarity and I feel like I can move a little bit better. And I try to embroider for about 10 minutes. That seems to be about as long as I can handle it. And then I get up, I get dressed, and I go to work. By the time I get to work, it's really kicked in and I have a lot of focus and I can get a lot done. The problem is that the medication I'm on it's a time release, and it seems to have a lifespan. I get about 14 hours out of it, and that's it. I am done. We're used to, I might be able to like push through and maybe do a little bit of embroidery in the evenings. I haven't been able to. So the embroidery project that I'm working on is going really, really slow. And the only time I seem to be able to get chunks of it done is if I don't have to work during the day, or I have time in the morning and I go in later. Maybe that's just me. I mean, I do have autism and ADHD. The combination seems to, I've had some problems with my ADHD medication because of the autism. The anxiety is better most of the time, but I still have to have my sleep. I still have to have quiet time and downtime in the evenings. Some of that downtime kind of is right now listening to audiobooks. Sometimes it's typing on my book. I feel like I've been working on 2-3 different manuscripts now for about 4 years, and I'm not really making too much headway. I get a lot done and then I don't get anything done for months, and then I get a lot done and then I get nothing done. And I don't know if that's just going to be my process or not. I do plan on posting a video, I'm hoping here in another week, with some clips about me doing some embroidery. Each one of the paws on this outfit is going to be a different embroidery stitch. And I like texture and I like things that look a little different. So right now I'm working on a paw that is all in turkey stitch. And I'm really excited because it's fluffy. So I just wanted to come on and like do a little bit of I'm actually really proud of myself. So I have really bad test anxiety. I have really bad anxiety with any tests that have to do with math because I have some lingering trauma from college. I have a 10-year bachelor's degree because it took me forever to first off decide what my major was going to be. I have minors all over the place, psychology, sociology, but math was my problem, not science. I loved the science, but I really struggled with the math. And my last year in college, they discovered that I have dyscalculia, which means basically the numbers do weird things on the page and they don't stay still, and I have a hard time tracking formulas, things like that. I took this course on CPO training, which is commercial pools and spas. I was really worried about the math. I did my homework. 2 things were happening. One, the course was being held in a really moldy building, and I already have problems with mold and it making my brain not work right, and I get headaches and body pain, and my body just doesn't process that black mold and detox easily at all. So I had to take medicine to be able to be in the moldy building. And I've been in courses before where I thought I was concentrating just fine, but then I take a test and I vomit. So I was really worried that that was going to happen. So the second day I took the test and I passed it. And it wasn't hard. It really wasn't hard, as in I knew the information. It wasn't hard to access it in my brain. It wasn't hard to put the right answer down. It wasn't hard to concentrate. I got the test done in an hour, and we had basically 5 hours to do the test. I passed, and not only did I pass, but I got a really, really high grade. I won't tell you what it is, but let's just say that I'm flabbergasted and proud of myself. Really in that mental place of regret that I didn't know about my ADHD and my autism until my 40s. And what could college have been if I had had help, the right kind of help? I talked with my partner last night about it, and he said, you know, you doing really well could just be that you were able to finally apply all the skills you learned going to college in the right way this time. And I think he's right. I think his perception is correct that I'm not dumb. I know I'm not dumb. I am a smart person. I'm not a genius, but I'm a smart person. I get by. Testing has always been an obstacle for me to finally, in just 1-2 day course, be able to look how you do retain it and you do know it. And it's both gratifying and I'm proud of myself, but I'm also in that mixed bag of regret of the first 40 plus years of my life not understanding what I was missing, knowing I was missing something, but not understanding what I was missing. and it's a really hard place to be. The other thing I'm struggling with today is 2 days in a moldy building, even with taking my CSM for mold toxin illness. Even with the ADHD, I am in a lot of pain today. The best description I have would be a fibromyalgia description of my entire body is on fire. My skin hurts, my hair hurts, my tummy hurts, everything hurts. I can feel my ADHD medicine kicking in, so I'm going to have energy, at least, to kind of push through the pain. But the pain is really bad today. And I can't take anything for the pain because I have to be able to drive and concentrate. So there's that. If it were a perfect world, I would have a day to recover where I could just laze about, do some embroidery, lay on the couch, and then go back to work tomorrow. But unfortunately, I have a full day, and I work in an industry where right now there's a really big shortage of managers and staff. I was gone for 2 days and there was nobody to take my place. Hey there, Astra. Did you come to say hi? Astra's come to say hi. So we're really short on managers, and I worked extra hours on my first night after class, after I did my homework. Yesterday I did get to rest, but there is nobody else to do it but me. Look at Astra. She's come to join me. She likes to sit with me sometimes. So I have to go in. And Astra's going to be upset because I'm going to have to move here in a minute. Yes. You're a good girl. Yes, you are. She's adorable. The other thing I have on my plate is, or another project that I'm working on, is my green skirt that I made last summer. I have done a tuck in it, and I'm doing kind of an idea I had late at night where I'm going to do removable trim, a couple different kinds, because I have some blouses or some bodices that I want to make of some various fabric. And I thought it would be really cool to make some trim that goes with the different bodices on that green skirt to kind of jazz it up a little bit. In time period, they would just wear it and then remove the trim and then hand sew it on. And I don't really want to hand sew it on, but I have cam snaps and I have ribbon. So I plan on attaching mine with cam snaps and ribbon. I'm really excited about it. I got the first one done and it looks amazing. So I will be filming a little bit of that, and then I have to make a couple bodices and make some more trim. It's going to be my summer go-to, I think, versatile pieces outfit. I'm really excited about it. It was kind of a late night idea, and I'd been looking at a lot of images from the Victorian era, and I thought it would be really, instead of making a whole new skirt, I have a lot of skirts, but I don't have a lot of bodices, and I don't have a lot of ways of dressing it up. And I thought, I made the green skirt a little bit long. I could tuck it up, put a trim application on it, and go with it. And it wouldn't damage the skirt. If I needed to let the skirt back out again, I could. It would be a really easy fix. I'm going to have to upset Astra's apple cart again. Look at her. She's so sweet. Yeah. Because I got to get up and get dressed and go to work. I'm not real keen on it, but there we go. Yeah, there we go. Say hi, Astra. And this is my new hat. I'm very happy with it. I took a Michael's hat that was on sale for 50 cents a dollar, and I saved it for months and months and months, and then I cut the top of it off right up here. I cut the top off, and then I made it flat, and then I covered it in this gauzy silk that I've had. And this is what kind of inspired the hat was I wanted a hat that had a brim that was wide, that kept the sun out of my face, because I'm going to be doing quite a bit of daily walkarounds at my work outside, and and I needed something to shade my face. The hat actually has an elastic, a green elastic that goes around my braids so it will stay in place. But I also have some hat pins. I already had feathers, but I didn't have the flowers, so I got those at a craft store. And I'm just really pleased with the overall look. I'm really happy with it. And here is one of my hat pins. I made hat pins a couple years ago for an SCA largesse project, and then when I did so, I decided that I loved hat pins. So one nice thing about hat pins and straw hats as a base is that you have lots of places that you can pin it in. I can't seem to do it right now because I'm really excited, so I'm shaking. But I can use my hat pins to keep my hats on. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. I also wanted another lightweight bodice, but I wanted to use the silk gauze that I had, and I've had it for a while. It was actually a misorder. I didn't want a chiffon-y type gauze silk. I wanted more of a solid, heavier duty silk, but I didn't pay attention to the description of the fabric, and that's my fault. So I made this bodice. I also love the way the back of the bodice came out. And the other lovely thing that I did is I added this beautiful trim around the bottom of my skirt. And I'll do a twirl around here and you can see what it looks like. I am in love with this outfit. I'm absolutely in love with it. I love hats and I don't have very many, and I really wanted a big one. I wanted one that was big, and something that I've discovered is that when other people buy big hats, the hats are even bigger, and I have a tiny head. The circumference of my head, I believe, is 21.5 inches, which I guess isn't too small. It's average, but when it comes to making hats, I feel like my head shrinks. And so I might measure something appropriately and then it still doesn't fit. And hats are something that if you have the right face for it, if you have the right features for it, a hat can really accentuate the look.